What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today, I'm going to be showcasing Shadow Scizor in the Open Great League meta. This Pokemon, at least in my opinion, is the most oppressive thing in the entire Open Great League right now, mainly because it has Bullet Punch as a fast move, which is a very high damaging fast move, but not only that, it has Night Slash for a 1 in 8 chance to double boost your attack, basically winning the game on the spot, as well as Trailblaze, which is always going to guarantee at least one attack boost every single time you throw it. This Pokemon is so hard to deal with if you're not ready for it, and it's a Pokemon that can definitely sweep teams, especially if your opponents are not ready. Really quick, before we do get into the battles, I want to say if you're not currently subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It helps out quite a bit, and I'd really appreciate it. But let's get into the battles and see what this Pokemon can do. Shadow Scizor into Shadow Kanto Marowak. Alright, very neutral lead matchup here. I would prefer for my Altaria to generally fight against the ground types, but honestly, unlike Gastrodon, this is not as bad for Scizor, just because Bullet Punch damage really does add up quite a bit here. They're at 5 right now, so they have a Bone Club or a Rock Slide, whatever they want to throw. Likely just a Bone Club, because that would knock us out from this range anyway. Get his shield there, that's pretty nice. Go for a catch, and it does look like they throw energy here. They're at 6, so 1 away from a Bone Club, and while Licky doesn't have a lot of fast move pressure here, I save energy on my Shadow Scizor, and I also put this thing basically into Body Slam range. 8. Okay, they actually swap out here into a very fun Pokemon. Bastiodon comes in, which is a pick that I guess it's good that I've baited out right now. Basti is a Pokemon that we see every now and then here on the channel, and it's a Pokemon that every time we see it, we're happy to try to beat it. Whether or not that's going to happen here, we'll find out shortly. We're at 7, so 8 right now. They didn't CMP us on a Stone Edge. There's a lot of things that can be in the back with this team. I know Fortress is sometimes a thing. I know sometimes you see Pokemon as well, like, I don't know. They let us get another Shadow Ball off. That's really nice of them. There's a lot of things, basically, that could be in the back with this, and I'll be very excited to figure out what kind of crazy shenanigans my opponent's running here. I'm just going to switch, and that might be a bad play, but I feel like it's also not the worst play in the world, so I'm going to go for that. I'm going to shield this up, and I'm going to instantly Night Slash, because likely they will try to swap into Marowak here, and I don't want to let that happen. I want to get the Night Slash off, if possible, to either knock them out or potentially get a shield. Now, the problem here that I am seeing in this game is Bastiodon is still very much alive. And that Pokemon could be a little bit annoying here this game. But also, my Altaria is going to try its very best here to maybe put in some work. And now they threw instantly here. I don't know what they threw against us. I'm going to no-shield this, whatever it is. Nice, it's a Bone Club. I was going to say, did they just blind Rock Slide us? That'd be kind of insane, right? But luckily, no. I think I'm going to shield the second one. I know they're getting kind of close to a move on that Bastiodon, but my Altaria here is going to be able to get a Flamethrower off, right? And that's going to do quite a bit of damage to it. Okay. We actually see the final Pokemon come in, and it's a Corviknight, which is very playable. But we have to keep in mind here, Bastiodon is still around. I need energy on my Altaria, and I really would rather not take a payback here if I could help it. But I'm going to take a payback, right? There's, like, no way around it. And then there's still going to be the case where they could probably get an Air Cutter off against us, too. And I don't even know if that Basti's going to be in Flamethrower range. Oh, they do that? That's a weird play. Okay, we catch a move here. That could be big. If this is a payback especially, that's amazing for us right now. But we'll see what they do. They do payback, and they don't undercharge. Okay. I mean, I'm at as much energy as I can really get here, and Altaria is going to have to be able to try to knock out the Bastiodon with a Flamethrower, but I don't know if it's enough damage. Basti's still at like a quarter HP. I don't honestly know if Flamethrower is enough here. I think they have a Stone Edge right now. If not, they're 1 away. We just have to hope this is enough. Oh! Oh, we Dragon Breath down! Okay. And then we Dragon Breath down the Marowak? Please tell me we do. Oh my goodness. What a weird game. I'll take it. We just destroyed the D-Gen. Okay. That's a good way to start out here, I would say. Down goes the Marowak. Altaria somehow getting a sweep here in the backline. That's crazy. Let's take it, though. Next game. Hopefully, that was our one and only Basti we'll see today. Scizor into Charjabug. Alright. Don't love this lead matchup, but what I do love here is that I do have 2 answers to this in the backline, and honestly, Scizor still has plain a Charjabug if I need it to. So we're going to swap this in, and we actually bait out a Shadow Kwak, which isn't really a bait out, I guess, but it's also not a bait out. I don't know. It's a Pokemon that I'm at least going to probably get some shield advantage against. They're at 4, so they have a Bone Club. 5, 6. All right. So right now they are at a Bone Club +2, which means they're at the next Bone Club here after one more Mud Slap. I'm going to go for a Body Slam bait here. Because I feel like at this point, I want to try to pressure them to throw a second Bone Club against us, which they do have right now. Nice, we get a shield. And we do survive long enough here to get the next Body Slam off, which is actually pretty nice. Because this Body Slam should put them close to range, where I could knock them out here with a Bullet Punch, and it might force them to throw energy immediately. Okay, nice. We came in with our Altaria here, mainly in hopes they were going to blind Bone Club, that is. If they do Rock Slide, that's a good play. But no, just a Bone Club, so we take that on Altaria here. And they bring in Jellicent? Wow, okay. Well, that's amazing, actually, for us. Because Shadow Scizor now has an opportunity to ramp up against this Pokemon. That's kind of crazy, in my opinion, but we'll take it. Likely they just no-shield the attack here that I'm going to throw. But I have back-to-back Night Slashes, so I can just knock them out here before they can really get much done. And Altaria should be pretty good this game against that Charger Bug, saying I have Flamethrower, right? Honestly, maybe Trailblaze could have been the better play there. Okay, they're over-farming. That's still fine, though. Because I should be able to CMP on the next attack if I need to. They do shield that. That's kind of crazy to me, though. Because, like, what if I just do this? What if I say, Scizor, you have done your job this game. Good stuff, but I'll let you go down. And then I just farm this down with Altaria, Flamethrower, the Charger Bug. Like, does that not just kind of win me the game? I know they're pretty close to back-to-back discharges. Like, one more Volt Switch should be the next discharge, but that's not really the strongest move in the game. And that Marowak is still not going to reach a Flamethrower. Did I say Flamethrower? That's not exactly what I meant. I meant a Rock Slide. I mix up my names more than I should. I know what I'm doing, but, like, I don't know what I'm saying. Okay. Yeah, we land that Flamethrower there. And I mean, now, at this point, I think I just shield this up, make sure I'm not in Hex or Mud Slap downrange. Likely they don't get that Rock Slide off with Marowak. Likely they don't even get a move with their Jellicent, but I can throw energy if I need to, because I'm pretty close to a Sky Attack as well. And I think I'm more worried about the Jellicent getting to a move. Okay, well, I don't really know why they did that, but I'll just knock them out here, because I know the Jellicent is not going to be able to survive the Dragon Breath before I farm them down. Maybe they'll reach a Surf, but they shouldn't be reaching anything bigger than that. This should just be a Surf here. If it's not, then that is tragic, and I probably should not have thrown the energy into the Marowak. Oh! Okay, bit of a misplay by me, actually. Hold on. They got the DRE there to survive on 1 HP, and they got the Shadow Ball off. Bit of a misplay. I should have just gone and farmed down the Marowak then. Alright, that feels bad. That feels like I could have won that one. Alright, next opponent, J-Jan, former regional champion. What is he running? Alright, well, Shadow Scizor into Scizor. Comes down to either getting a boost here or winning CMP. I know there's some Shadow Scizors that can actually get some, like, weird breakpoint, bulk point shenanigans in this matchup, but hopefully that's not going to be the case here. It doesn't really look like it is the case. We're doing pretty similar amounts of damage to each other. A Night Slash, I don't get to see if they boost, because that's one of the funny quirks about the Go Battle League. If you go for a CMP, it just doesn't show you if they boost or not. So we get to find out shortly if they did here, with how much damage they're doing, which it looks like is just about the same. So we'll try to go for this play, where we save energy on our Scizor, we catch and we sneak with a rollout here. So hopefully now I give myself a little bit of an advantage by having an energy lead on my Scizor for the backline maybe, as well as getting some energy here, my Licky Licky. And I mean, Guzzlord's honestly not necessarily the worst Pokemon here for Licky Licky to see, especially not up the amount of energy that I have. They have 3 Bullet Punches on that Scizor, so they're 2 away from another Night Slash, I believe. I'll throw this before they can Dragon Claws, just in case they are running that. But I also know at this point that my Scizor's energy is pretty much resisted into Guzzlord, right? So, I mean, this is not terrible. Honestly, I might survive a Brutal Swing here. And if I do, that's actually kind of big. Because that allows me to, no-shield survive, get the Body Slam off. Yeah, that 1 HP survive actually kind of clutched by Licky Licky here, not gonna lie. And I still have my energy on Scizor, so if they shield this up, I could try to go for a fancy play, maybe. Oh, they just let that go. And they bring in their final Pokemon here, which I probably should swap out, saying it's a Jellicent. But I think Shadow Scizor here is still going to be in a pretty good spot just to go for a Night Slash and then another Night Slash. And chip them down quite a bit. They're at 5 right now. They might try to swap in Scizor here. Oh, they let that go? Interesting. Well, that's a lot of damage to land into them. I mean, now we know they'll probably land a Shadow Ball into our Altaria, but I don't think a Shadow Ball plus a Night Slash knocks me out. Then I can Sky Attack something and hopefully win the game that way. Oh, Guzzlord has 1 HP. Keep that in mind. Guzzlord is still around on 1 HP in the back. But I don't think they likely get a move off there, because I should be able to Dragon Breath him down. Big Shadow Ball coming through now. Scizor is still around. They do get that Night Slash off against us. But as long as I survive the Bullet Punch and the Night Slash damage, I should be fine here. There's the Guzzlord. It just gets sniped down by the Dragon Breath as we thought it would. And then they bring in the Scizor. So I just need to farm this down. And, I mean, even if they get a boost, I think we're fine. I shouldn't say that because that manifests boost whenever I say that. But I think we're fine because Night Slash is not the strongest move. Okay, yeah, we farm down here. And now we have the Sky Attack loaded. We could Flamethrower too if we wanted to, but we just gotta guarantee that we can get this move off here. And this Sky Attack should pretty easily knock out the Jellicent. There we go, nice. That was a pretty fun game, actually. But barely able to clinch out the win thanks to Altari in the back. We got our next opponent here. We'll see Scizor into Empoleon. Interesting Pokemon. I don't love this matchup, but I also don't hate it. Because while they do end up surviving the fast move pressure here and the Night Slash, it is really all or nothing with Empoleon getting any damage off against us. Because I get my first Night Slash, they never shield this, just in case I do boost. And then I can maybe make a catch later on if I need to. They do no shield, we don't get a boost. Only got that 1 in 8 chance to get a boost off here, so you can't really rely on that or anything, but that's still fine. We can try to make a catch at some point this game if we want to, or if we don't, we can just kind of sacrifice Scizor in the 2-shield matchup. But I don't know exactly what I want to do here, because they might try to call it, I'm going to call it, they're going to call it, I'm going to catch, and they might try to catch themselves, or, you know, it gets weird. It gets really weird at some point. They shielded Night Slash there. Obviously, since that shield came through, I don't knock them out, and since we don't get a boost, there is no chance that we farm down. But they don't know if I boosted or not. Oh, interesting, they come in Altaria here. I'm actually really fine with this. I'm just going to go for 6 of these Bullet Punches and swap into Licky Licky here. Because at this point, Licky Licky's pretty bulky. I can survive the charge attacks thrown by this Altaria pretty consistently. Roll out super effective. Now I have energy on Scizor. And my Altaria in the backline hopefully is at least going to find a neutral matchup, if not a good one. Sky Attack's going to come through. I could have brought in my own Altaria here. But I feel like that might have been unnecessarily risky, just in case they did have Dragon Pulse or Moonblast or Dazzling Gleam. I've seen all those kinds of movesets in the past, so we won't risk it. We'll just go for the back-to-back Body Slam. Shadow Ball is a little bit more efficient of an attack, despite the fact it's non-stab, but 2 Body Slams do more raw damage than a single Shadow Ball. So I think this is the play. We go for the second one here. Likely we see a no-shield by our opponent, and if that is the case, then Empoleon almost certainly comes back in. Just gonna come back in, though, with this. Oh, this is actually huge. Oh, I shouldn't have thrown instantly, though. Maybe I can undercharge this enough to get more energy out of this. I should have done 5 Bullet Punches here. Oh, but they actually shield that? That's crazy. Now I can just CMP on this one. And I'm now just 1 more Bullet Punch away here from being able to reach another... Well, no, I'm 4 more Bullet Punches away from a Night Slash, but I have that 1 overfarm. So we'll see what they bring in now. Might be a Fairy type in the back, which would be bad for Altaria, but if my Scizor does enough against them, then maybe it's not that bad for us. And, I mean, it is a Fairy type, but it's actually not the worst Fairy type to see, because our Altaria likely walls their moveset, and I was expecting them to try to call that I was going to Night Slash, so we'll just go for the Trailblaze, which basically just knocks them out here. And we might get a full sweep with our Scizor. No, okay. We don't barely snap them down, but we can bring in, roll out down, and we don't even need our Altaria. Let's go. Next opponent. Shadow Scizor into Morpeko. I don't love this lead, but, I mean, honestly, I don't really have an answer for it, so I think staying in here is actually not a bad play. Because I can guarantee a lot of Bullet Punch damage here, and once this Pokemon goes down, we'll see, I guess. They likely go for a full send, but they could Psychic Fangs bait, which actually is what they do. And honestly, since they go for a bait here, they're not boosted with their attack set. I'm just going to swap out. I think I'm fine with that. They're going to be able to get an Aura Wheel right now, which is going to hurt quite a bit. But, I mean, I saved my Scizor with a lot of energy on it. They haven't boosted their attack stat up just yet, so I do survive this move. And at this point, Licky Licky is going to hopefully be able to at least put in some work against whatever they bring in the back line. Try to catch a move there, which I suppose is a smart play. Luckily, I see that coming. We just Shadow Ball. I could have maybe just gone for a body slam anyway, saying they know that I saw their swap in. But, it's fine either way. We're at 6 right now, so they do have a Night Slash loaded. The big question, though, is going to be, how worth it is it this game to keep my scizor around? And I think it's going to be pretty worth it. So I'm going to actually come in here, bank some energy. But I think now that they've thrown energy against us, throwing a move with my own scizor is not a bad play. Full Night Slash now. And that Morpeko is energy dry. So if they come back in with it, our scizor is honestly not in a bad spot, especially if we boost here. But I have no idea what kind of team comp you're running with Morpeko. Hopefully no, like, Incinerate user in the back. Okay. I mean, I guess I miscounted. This should just be a Psychic Fangs, though. Yeah, man, that's so bad. I shouldn't have thrown then. I should have either committed to a farm down, or I should have, thrown one earlier. That's on me. I forgot they did, like, one more Thundershock before swapping out. That's a smart play by them, though. Oh, and that could be make or break, actually. I think that loses us the game. Yeah, it does, for sure, actually. Well played. Oh, man, I think our 2 losses in this set were absolutely on me. Just, like, a little bit of lack of precision here, which is gonna cost me, because if I could've got that Night Slash off against them, we would've won this game straight up. But because I took all that unnecessary damage on our scizor, it's just not gonna work out. Dang, okay, I mean, I'll take a 3-2 set here. And, I mean, I think I played well, even in the battles we lost, but I could have played better. And I feel like that's where we need to learn to improve and try to do better in the next set. That's on me. That is so on me, man. I threw both the games we lost here, which is a good thing, honestly. I like it when the games you lose could have been won. It means that it's not the team's fault. All right, next game. Scizor into Talonflame. Okay, well, I don't think we've really seen a lead yet today that I'd consider like, oh, this is a good lead for me, but it's fine. We don't need good leads. All we need here is a little bit of hope that we can maybe have play in the back line. And we'll see what happens. They bring in a Gastrodon into my Licky Licky, which is not necessarily the hardest counter in the game for me, but it's not ideal either. Especially because they're so weak already to Altaria this game that I likely just get RPS'd. But we'll see. I'm going to shield this up. I think it's going to be a Water Pulse, right? Yeah, they do full send the Water Pulse, which is a good thing that we shield. And now we have a Shadow Ball once again. Hopefully we land this move and do a lot of damage. Shield that up. Honestly, I don't even know what the best play is for me here, but I'm going to shield this and just hope for the best. We're at Body Slam plus Shadow Ball right now, so we'll see. I mean, my only chance at winning this game right now is that my Altaria is just really good into the team. Oh, well, actually, that's a chance I can win, too. They got a little bit greedy there and didn't realize I'd survived that Mud Slap. They should have thrown the Body Slam. I just get another Shadow Ball off. Hold on. That bails me out just a little bit. It does give the Talonflame an extra Incinerate, which could be bad, depending on their moveset here. If they're on Brave Bird plus Fly, this is still not looking great for me. Because a Fly plus a Brave Bird is enough to knock us out. And then I'd take an Incinerate on my scizor, and I would basically lose all of my HP. They fly us first. Please tell me they're not on the Brave Bird moveset. Please tell me that regular Talonflame for some reason here is on Fly Flame Charge. Please. Okay, it actually is. It actually is. Okay, that's much more playable than it could have been. 5. Alright, we go for the Trailblaze here. It does more raw damage. It ramps up my attack stat. Basically, I just need to either force more energy out of this Furret, or I need to, like, just not give a lot of energy over to that Talonflame, and we should be good. They're at 3 right now, so 2 away from the next Swift. I think we're fine. I think we're good. Yeah, we should be good here. They actually knock us out. Honestly, I feel like that's kind of a misplay. If I were them, I would have almost considered, like, undercharging, or, like, not undercharging, but, like, not even throwing that move, and stop tapping to try to get more Incinerate damage and energy on their Talonflame. But now we can just go for the Sky Attack here for sure, and that should be game. I think. I don't want to say it too soon, Let's go. Okay. I can't believe we just won that one. They kind of misplayed that Gastrodon matchup, but that was all it took to win the game. Licky Licky into Gastro, I guess not that bad. Let's go. All right, next game. We'll see Scizor into Wheezing. There we go. We get rewarded for beating the Talonflame with a good lead. So hopefully we'll be in a good spot here this game. Furt comes in. Okay. I mean, honestly, I'm not upset about this matchup. I can go for a Night Slash, and then I can bring in my own Licky Licky here to sponge a lot of the damage that Furt can throw. Furt sometimes does run... Oh, they shield that. Okay. I'm gonna say, Furt does sometimes run Brick Break, which could be a little bit annoying. But even if they have Brick Break here, I think we survive 2 of those and get 2 more Body Slams off, so no matter what, either we get, like, both shields, or we get Switch and Shield advantage. They Trailblaze, okay. Which makes some sense. We're at 11 right now. Which means they're actually at 4, so 1 away from a Swift. I mean, we'll just go for the alignment throw, and it actually looks like they did too, which is kind of funny. But I survived this, unless for some reason they're on Trailblaze Brick Break, in which case I don't know why they wouldn't Brick Break first anyway. But we'll see here, we'll see. Because they can shield this now if they want to, and they can flip switch, but I don't know how worth it that would be for them, going down 2 shields for that. Yeah, they actually just let that go. They might get a bit of energy on their Wheezing now, out of this matchup. But not before I get a Body Slam. What did they... Oh, okay, well that's actually a pretty nice catch by them. Wish I didn't throw this into a Ghost type. But Altaria is good enough here, I think, that we can just kind of no shield and neutralize this for the most part. And there are 4 of those Fairy Winds on their Wheezing. I will say they're playing this game pretty efficiently so far. That was a nice catch by them earlier on. And see what can happen. Or we'll just go for the Sky attack here. Even if we don't get a knockout with this, I don't think that really matters. Is it ever worth shielding this, I wonder? I bet it is. Because even if I do throw a move here into the Wheezing, which, I mean, I saw the Wheezing come in. I figured that was likely where it was going to be going. They're going to have to go for a no shield here. And likely they're just on Brutal Swing, right? So he should survive whatever move they throw. I want to at least get the Bullet Punch damage off first, though. Okay, well, or if they overheat, I don't want to get one shot, so good shield by us. And now he should be able to Night Slash spam and farm down the rest of this Jellicent here. Nice, we're 4 away from the next move here. They might be able to go for a Surf before we can get the next move off, but if they do, Altaria still has HP on it, and Bullet Punches and Dragon Breath and even Rollouts might still add up, so let's go. Alright, next game. Shadow Scizor into Shadow Scizor. Very neutral lead matchup, about as neutral as it gets, believe it or not. And I don't know who wins this CMP, but they have a really low CP on their Shadow Scizor, so it is likely me, but maybe they just have like a really bad CP and attack-weighted one. But I'll shield this up. I didn't go for a CMP this time, because I do want to see if a boost happens here. And it doesn't. Wow, their HP is going down quick. You can tell, because they're already pretty deep into the yellow. But we'll see what we can here. Night Slash gets a shield, makes sense. Okay. And we go for the catch here once again. So that way we save energy on our Scizor. We get a full rollout through as well on our Licky Licky. And Night Slash is going to do very little damage here. Whereas we would have had to use a shield on our Scizor. They might bank energy here. Okay. That's actually an interesting play by them. So, first of all, I'm thinking there is a good chance it could be a Bastiodon in the back. Second of all, I'm thinking that, I don't know, what else am I thinking here? They do have that Night Slash loaded, which could be annoying. But because we do bait this out, Altaria, if there is no Basti in the backline, could be in a good spot still. They'll have to throw energy pretty soon to knock us out. Smart play by them. See if they Ice Beam us or not here. They do Ice Beam. I've been seeing some Scizors, or some Azumarils rather, on like other movesets here recently. I think Night Slash is enough to KO, so we'll just go for that here and see what they want to do. I've also seen like a Diabolical trainer recently running a similar team to this, but with Shadow Malamar with Hyper Beam in the back. Okay, it's actually neither of those. It's Empoleon is the third. And we'll see when they decide to shield. I would imagine a Shadow Drill Peck does more than a Shadow... Oh, wait, that's actually a regular Empoleon. What the heck? Okay, I don't know why I thought that was a Shadow. Anyway, there is still that Scizor in the backline we have to keep in mind, which is a little bit annoying, because I don't know when and where I should shield. Drill Peck. And they have to shield this up. The main problem being, since they do have that Night Slash loaded in the backline here, if they get to 2 more Drill Pecks against us before I can get my next Sky Attack off, then they can get a shield from me. And then they win. Please tell me that I can outpace them, but I think they just get there. Yeah, they get there by 1 turn. I could have CMP'd there. Honestly, I probably should have, just to guarantee the knockout here. But now we have to hope we can Dragon Breath down that Scizor when it comes back in here before they get that Night Slash off against us. Oh, man. They actually even overfarmed by 1 there. They were not as low as I remember. I guess they must have transferred the rollout damage earlier on this game. Dang it. Yeah, I don't think there was much... boost. I don't think there was much winning that end game there then, if they had that much HP, unfortunately, but well played to them. Alright, next game, we'll see Shadow Scizor into Shadow Annihilate. Alright, this matchup gets weird very quickly, because the counters do a lot, the bullet punches do a lot. We'll see what they want to do. Looks like they might just be going for a 1-shield farm down against us, which is not a bad play. But I go for a Trailblaze here myself, just because I only get 1 move anyway. I might as well boost like 1 or 2 of my bullet punches. Okay. I mean, I guess I just come in with Altaria here. I could have tried to go for like some sort of fancy play, where like maybe I catch a move or something on Licky Licky, but I feel like that's not worth it here, when I can just shield this once anyway and farm down. Guarantee they don't get to 2 attacks. Annihilate Bleed could have Ice types or Basti in the back, and we can hope that's not the case here. Okay, Furret's actually really good for us to see, all things considered, because I'd say generally, Altaria is favored in this matchup, but I'm not just a regular Altaria. I'm an Altaria up a few Dragon Breaths of energy, too. So Sky Tech lands. 9. Okay, so they should be 1 more Sucker Punch away from their next Swift here. I'm gonna go instantly for the Sky Attack if I can. And then after this, I think I just swap to Licky Licky if they shield. If they no-shield, I guess we see what comes in. I would imagine, though, they have to shield this up, right? Oh, okay. Oh, interesting. It's their own Altaria, which is pretty good for Licky Licky, I would say. But even if Licky Licky were to go down here, I mean, I still have, like, 40% of my HP on Altaria, so yeah, we're gonna win that one. Let's go. Alright, next game. Scizor into the Azumarill. Actually, a pretty good lead matchup for us, I'd say. I can go for a boost with my Trailblaze here, and I do resist a lot of the damage they could throw into us. They actually bring in a Shadow Drapion here, which is kind of interesting. This is one of those matchups that is very good for Shadow Scizor, but it's not as good as it could be. Because they can just go for the absolute spam that is Aqua Tail here. I'm going to CMP on a Trailblaze and hope this knocks out. If it doesn't, and they survive on 1 HP and they get this Aqua Tail off, I will be so sad. But they do get knocked out. Good stuff. Azu likely doesn't come back in here, so we likely see the 3rd. And we can play it by ear if we want to swap out or not. I bring in the Azu? That might be the craziest play I've seen in my entire life. Well, we just ramp up here, and I guess we'll see what they want to do. I could see, honestly, like, they could have a Basti in the back. That'd be crazy, but they could. I'm a double boosted Scizor, though. This is basically like I got a Night Slash boost, so I'm going to shield this up and see what they do. We'll see what they have. Oh, interesting. Some more Pekka. That's kind of scary now, isn't it? But maybe it's still playable. They shield this up, obviously. And they instantly throw a move. Ooh. Honestly, I feel like I might lose this game. Is that crazy to say? Because they still have that Azu in the backline. They invested everything to give this Morpeko just a little bit of energy and, like, the 2 shield advantage that it has. But we'll go for this play and just hope that whatever this is good enough to win this game. We get a rollout sneak. We catch an aura wheel. So much damage, it's not even funny. But my fast move pressure is going to add up here. 5. This is going to be so close. But I feel like they might have us here. They might have us. But they have to go for a move here. Knock us out. They didn't see the rollout sneak. Okay, let's go. They didn't see the rollout sneak come through, which lets me outpace them. And now, we just farm down the Azumarill. Let's go. Okay, see, that's why you never give up. That was actually a little bit scary in the backline. I guess they safe swapped Drapion to bait out a ground type. There we go. We got the 4-1. We locked in. We got the 4-1. And that's all you need in PvP sometimes. Apris as our reward, and let's cash that in here. 3006. Couldn't ask for much more. I've really got a love-hate relationship with this Pokemon. I mean, I know it's so good, but it's also so hard to deal with if you're not ready. The best thing about this Pokemon is its damage output. The worst thing about it is when you're fighting against it, because its damage output is just so absurd here to deal with. It's a lot of fun to use, but it's also a pick that I very much do want to see nerfed here in the future. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.